Hello and welcome to the MBS Show. This week's episode of the MBS Show is going to be a bit different, guys, because we just did a crossover episode with BronyTime. So our format is a bit loopy and you'll be hearing more of Alpha talking. So I hope you enjoy and have a happy new year.
Hey Alpha, what time is it?
No, I'm gonna say it! It's BronyTime!
Sit back and smile, that world of light. Just remember that's all alright. When you see sun come, it's cold like night. Sun has set, let's bring it back to life. I'm gonna put my hopes up high.
Hey everybody, and welcome to BronyTime. I'm your host, his hard crew from three sizes that day, Alpha Brony, and I'm joined once again by my co-host, Little Full, Lot of Sat, 5iron. And today we're also joined by the incomparable Norman Sanzo. This is episode 15 of BronyTime.
And also this is episode 44 of the MBS Show.
Yes, today we have a very special treat for you guys. As a year-end blowout spectacular, we are doing a fun-filled, probably heavily edited, pre-cut crossover show with the MBS Show. Norman, how's it going?
Fine, thank you. Dan's away. He's at the hospital because his brother caught on dengue fever.
Yeah, I heard about that, so we're hoping he does fine and feels better. Hopefully he might be able to join us later, but thanks for coming on and doing this fun experiment with us.
No problem. It was my idea, actually. If it all goes oatmeal, it's my fault.
I intend blaming both you and Alpha fully when this screws up.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes, too, so.
You know, the best thing is to blame Dan for everything.
Yeah, he's not here. Let's blame him. Okay.
I like that plan.
Well, today we got a great episode for you because we actually have the sort of the chairs for the Cloudsdale Congress convention on the show as well. Plus, we have a fun panel in store and going to talk a lot everything ponies and bronies. But first, let's go over the news. Dan, you want to start us off here?
That's not Dan, that's Norman.
Yeah, we can talk to Norman too. Norman,
Yes.
would you like to start us off here?
Keep Calm and Flutter On had a different title. Recently, Megan McCartney just gave us a bit of info on the up-and-coming episode 11. Keep Calm and Flutter On. That's a hard word to say. She stated on Twitter that the original title for the episode was different and it was much longer and much more plot revealing. My prediction is keep calm and flutter on, and don't forget to buy my stuff at welovefine.com and buy only Fluttershy swag, if you don't mind. Links can be found in the show notes.
Now, when you say plot revealing, does that mean there's going to be more butts, or is that going to be more storyline, you think?
But Tish, I knew you were going to say that.
I knew it too. As soon as I read that, I was like, yay. All right. 5iron, you want to take the next new bit of news?
Yeah. The alternate ending of the Wonderbolts Academy. There's a link there. We know at the end of the episode now. I hope I'm not revealing anything you haven't seen it. Spoiler warning now, and no more of the rest of the show. So here we go. At the end of the episode, Dash ends up being promoted to lead pony based on her actions, in contrast to Lightning Dust. And Megan McCarthy has released the original ending, which you can go and research yourself if you care. If you care to do so, be sure to check the show notes along with this episode.
Yeah, it seemed pretty interesting because it was like the original cut. Seems like there's two different ones. There's one where Lightning Dust says, wow, yeah, I totally screwed that up. Here, you deserve to be the leader. And there's like another one where, I guess, Rainbow Dash got recognized and it pretty much didn't involve Lightning Dust getting kicked out of the Wonderbolts. Both instances, right?
Yeah, kind of wondering if they're setting up like a Trixie type rivalry, or if Lightning Dust had been more repentant of her actions, I think she would have been a more endearing character. Be interesting to see if she comes back.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all the news of Bronies. But we do have some big, awesome news, which I have been bottling up, and I cannot wait to finally, tell this. And actually, if you've been to... Remember last week we had a Big Apple PonyCon on? Well, BronyTime is officially going to be at Big Apple PonyCon. So if you've checked out the Big Apple PonyCon website on their guest list, BronyTime is listed there. I will definitely be there. 5iron, I guess we're still kind of...
It's up in the air. I'm pretty much locked in for BronyCon. Big Apple PonyCon is a second convention. That means more... travel costs, all that fun stuff, and hey, like everyone, I'm on a budget, so maybe.
Yeah, we'll work something out. You can probably stay with us. Won't that be fun?
Can I sleep in the car?
All right. So yeah, we'll be at there, and we also have one of our other guests, Alicorn Radio. They will also be there as well too, and we have them on a little bit later as well. So it'll be cool to see you guys all at Big Apple PonyCon. And even really cool news as well too is before we even spoke to BronyCon, and this is sort of thing I've been holding up for a while. BronyTime is going to be officially appearing at BronyCon, so you can come and see our panel BronyTime live. We're really excited about this, and it's cool. I mean, right, Fiverr?
Wait a minute. Panel?
Yeah, we have a panel.
In front of people?
In front of people.
Live?
Live.
I didn't sign up for that.
Well, I signed you up for it, so it'll be fun.
You need a wing pony to be there because I could try to be there.
Well, are you going to make it there?
I got no idea. I say I try. No promises.
Okay, there's a good chance that the Malaysian Brony Show will also appear at BronyCon. Or at least Norman will be there, so he can come and join us on our antics. So if you still need a reason to go to these two conventions, is that a good enough reason? I think it'd be a good enough reason. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That's a heck of a commute, but we're glad to see you there.
Absolutely. We'd love to see everyone there. Speaking of conventions and being there,
Segway.
thank you. Today we have a really interesting group of people on. This is cool because we sort of on this convention kick, and we are now going to be talking to the chairs, the board members, if you will, of Cloudsdale Congress, a Washington D.C. Brony convention. So everyone, please welcome Zeta, Starborn, FIReNVY, and Mode. Hey, everybody, welcome to BronyTime and the MBS Show. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Cool. So we have Starborn here, Starborn, Zeta, FIReNVY, and Mode. I guess going down the line, which is each of your involvement with the show? Starborn?
With the show or with the con?
Not at the con.
Okay, I was going to say, I might have applied for DHX, but I don't think I got very far.
Well, I don't know. If I have anything to do with it, this con will be a show.
All right.
So Starborn, what is your involvement with the convention? Cloudsdale Con.
Yes, I would be FIReNVY's right-hand mayor. I'm the co-chair for the con, so I guess basically I've been around since FIReNVY came to me and said, hey, I really want to start a convention. And I said, what can I do to help?
Excellent. And that's what leads me to FIReNVY. So, FIReNVY, what's your involvement with Cloudsdale Congress?
I'm the founder and the convention chair. So
cool deal.
Indeed.
And
I am commander of the Squadron V, Zeta. Squadron V being volunteers. I am in charge of all volunteers.
Excellent. And Mode?
I am the programming chair. I'm the guy who makes sure everyone, that we actually have a schedule set up. That I'm the guy who gets to tell people, no, your panel's not interesting enough. You can't feature here.
So
So
basically,
he's the one that everyone gets to write to.
Yes, it's wonderful.
so you're the guy with all the powers and you're boosting it.
And I have a laugh to fit it.
Awesome.
We got George Takei here all of a sudden.
Oh my.
You should see this guy in real life.
Oh, yes. He's more my Vader, as I'm North Sidious. There you go. That'll work.
Well, Norman, I know you got to ask these guys a couple questions.
Why don't you guys go first? Because I'm a bit blurry with what's going on.
We're doing a podcast, and we had these guys on talk about Cloudsdale Congress.
Oh,
Yeah, surprise. All right, I guess as far as like being bronies, how'd you all get sort of involved with the fandom? FIReNVY?
Well, I actually found out about the show, not the fandom, good lord, near the end of the great 4chan wars. My friend, he's always on 4chan. He's like, hey, you should finally check it out. I'm like, no, there's some undesirable things on 4chan. But I decided to man up. I checked it out. First thing I see was, okay, the third thing I saw, you don't want to know about the first two. The third thing I saw was a post completely of ponies that got nuked pretty much when I refreshed it. I went and asked him about it. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. About 2 weeks later, he's like, hey, you should check out this show. It's My Little Pony. I was like, what are you talking about? No! I'll give you this handle with Captain Morgan. All right, how many episodes? Now, but I actually didn't check out I didn't know about the fandom until about, good lord, last winter. I got really busy. I changed schools. I had moved a few times. And I was going back and watching the show because I pretty much watched everything I had on Netflix. And I was like, this is awesome. Wonder if there's any remixes of Winter Wrap-Up. And then I found
Was there?
A few. It pretty much. Yeah. From there, I just got more and more involved. I found out about BronyCon about 3 days after it happened. I was pretty upset. Through there, I found the DC Bronies. Through the DC Bronies, I went to a few meetups, met these guys, and the rest is history.
Cool. And who's best pony?
Oh, that's a tough one. People keep asking me that, expecting one-word answers, but it's not. It's not. Oh, no. It's definitely a three-way tie between Pinkie Pie, Scootaloo, and Rainbow Dash.
Good choice. And favorite episode?
That's also a rough one. The most current one. Which insert title. No, just whichever one came out last, usually.
Oh.
Okay. Service. Well, then we'll just... every week we'll update, we'll just do the new one, so...
There you go.
And Starborn, same for you.
Wait, which question do I start with?
Whichever one you like it.
How did you end up first hearing about My Little Pony?
Well, just like FIReNVY, sort of, except I wasn't the friend, I was the 4chaner.
Okay, so that's pretty much a tied-in story then?
No. I wasn't FIReNVY's friend at that point.
Oh.
We met through the DC Bronies. So, yeah, I was just, your average 4chaner, seeing what kind of horrible things I could find, on my beautiful picture thread that day, and I came across all these little ponies, and I'm like, they're cute, but it's a kid's show, whatever, it can't be that good. And then, the more I saw them, the more I was like, these look like some lovable characters. So I watched an episode, and I started with the first episode, I was like, that was alright, whatever. And then I saw the Rainbow Factory, and I think I heard the Mike and Tombstone, Beyond Her Garden, or Beyond Her Tomb, rather. And I was hooked on the fandom's music at that point, so I stuck with the show, and I'm super glad that I did.
Excellent. And who's your favorite pony and favorite episode?
Favorite episode is going to be the last roundup, because, Derpy gets a vocal line.
That's cool.
I think at this point I'm obligated to say Forest Rain is best pony.
Oh, yeah. Going OC there. What was that?
You changed answer on me.
What was creepier than anything his vote said this entire time? Oh, we love you, Mode. So, Mode, let us know how did you become a brony, and who is your best pony?
It's funny you say that, because I actually have the most interesting story ever. Yes, I know, I can boast that. A very dear friend of mine got me into ponies because I actually have a crippling fear of horses.
Dude, I'm with you.
I don't know, horses scare me. They scare the buck out of me. I said buck. That's funny. But I'm witty. He cornered me one day because he liked fish, and it's something I want you to like, and I want to be able to share this and enjoy this with you because you're a good friend of mine. And he sat me down and said, watch a couple episodes. If anything, this will help you get over your fear. And I have to admit, it was kind of creepy. But I got through, it's actually the first episode he showed me was the Super Cider Squeezy 6000, which I'll bring up later. But it was when I got to episode 2, and I watched them in order, and hearing Pinkie Pie sing a song about conquering your fears, and this was watching my greatest fear sing to me about conquering your fears by laughing and me finding it funny. There was this weird transcendental moment where I just realized that, this is amazing. I'm not scared of these horses. I'm not terrified of it. And I was hooked. I was very quickly hooked. I went on, I looked into the fandom. The fandom has done nothing but impress me so far. And then I, 1 week, decided, in the middle of my education class, decided to see, hey, I know about this meetup website, I'll look into it. I found the DC Bronies. And then I was hooked from there. Because it's just been, some of the best months of my life ever since I joined this. And it's been amazing, yeah.
Well, and so who's your best pony, best episode?
Okay, well, best episode is the most memorable episode to me, which is Super Cider Squeezy 6000, because it was my first episode, and because I actually would very often break into song, hum it in the airport. I had it on my iPod. It was the first Pony song I ever really listened to, got addicted to. I memorized it. I just loved the episode. It was catchy, and the Flim Flam Brothers were so cool, and it was great. But, all right, best Pony, this has changed a lot. Originally, when I joined the fandom, it was Cheerily, because teachers are awesome. But currently, it is Mr. Cake. Now, I have a reason behind that. Mr. Cake is best Pony. 1, because he gets to live with Pinkie Pie. 2, he's got a smoking hot wife. 3, that smoking hot wife cooks for him. And lastly of all, he's got a loving family. That is why he is best Pony.
Okay.
That might be the best argument I've ever heard for
Mode, you win.
Fight that.
I always
How is
All right,
living
Zeta.
with Pinkie Pie a good thing?
ain't no party like a Pinkie Pie party, and a Pinkie Pie party don't stop.
Yeah, that's it. You have to work the next day.
So, Zeta, can you top that?
I don't know, but I'll try.
Last.
Alright, so back in January of last year, in an underground animation group called the Lock Legion, I used to be a regular animator. I used to animate little things, basically a random object with a keyhole for a face. It was a simple thing to practice animation stuff. And last January, there was a competition going on about which was the best show ever, Adventure Time or My Little Pony. I'd seen Adventure Time, and it was alright, but I didn't really like it that much, so I decided to give My Little Pony a shot. You know, I'm pretty open-minded, so I just basically went to Google and typed in My Little Pony, and like the first image was of Twilight saying, "I'm gonna love and tolerate the
That's not a word.
out of you." And so I put that in my signature, and after a while I decided to watch the show from the first episode to, I think they were out to episode 12 so far in season 1, and it was at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh crap, I got school.
That's the way it goes. So,
Yeah.
who's best pony and what's best episode?
Best pony for me is the great and powerful Trixie, of course.
Ooh.
So it's kind of a combination of favorite episodes, the Ghostbusters and Magic Duel. Especially because of Magic Duel, the one thing I've been saying since Ghostbusters is that she finally got redemption, and that made my day.
Awesome. Well, guys, that's cool seeing how you all got in the fan. Looks like you've all been fans for a while, too, here. All right, so talking about Cloudsdale Congress. So sort of the basics, like when, where, how much, duration, all the good stuff that people want to know.
Well, Cloudsdale Congress is going to be in March 9th through 10th.
We can be located in the Old Town Alexandria area. It's a really beautiful, really awesome area.
Cool deal.
Yes.
How much is it going to be for tickets there?
I'm pretty sure currently are we $35?
Yeah,
$35.
$35, yes.
Now, so it's going to the 2-day event. It's got $35 to sign up for every tickets. And where exactly is this town again? In Virginia, right?
It is in Old Town Alexandria, Virginia. Yes, a very beautiful area.
It's literally about like 2 miles outside of D.C. proper.
Yeah, it's pretty much in the heart of the metropolitan area. So, and since D.C. is technically just a city, it's technically considered part of the D.C. area.
Okay. Is there a convention center you guys are going to be at?
We're in a hotel, but it's a pretty convention-based hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, they have some pretty large events there at all times. We actually had to fight for this date, so apparently they've had events there with like senators and generals, and just we're probably the best people there in quite a while, but still, it's pretty
Okay.
interesting.
They like us a lot, though.
Oh man, they do. They really
Yeah.
do. I mean, I'm pretty surprised.
Well, talking about hotels,
Crazy.
have you worked any promotions with them?
Have we done any promotions?
Yes, for hotel rooms, you think?
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we currently have a locked-in price of like regular, doubles and two queens and a king, or 2 queens or a king. The regular rooms for like $109, I do believe, and I can't remember the exact price for the suites, but they're very limited and they're like $169. But I think currently they're still cheaper in the hotel.
I think suites are $129.
And people will be able to find this information on your website, too, so they just
Yes.
go to...
Yes.
And what is your website?
CloudsdaleCongress.com. Pretty easy to remember.
I hope so. Yeah, and we'll have that link on our website as well as the show notes, so if people can't grasp that, they'll be able to read that on the doc, too, so it'll all be
Absolutely.
good. Now, do you guys still have, like, spots open for, like, vendors or panels or anything at this point?
Oh, we've got some
Absolutely.
slots open for panels.
Oh yes,
Anything
yes,
for
yes.
vendors as well?
I'd say we have a few more spots left. think we're about half. I think we're half confirmed for vendors. We're definitely way accepting more applications. I think panels we're doing pretty good with too.
Oh, we've got a lot of really good panels.
Oh yeah.
Well, you think you can announce so far? Or?
Yeah, there's a couple people who can announce. We have the Brony Health Group confirmed in. They've got a panel. They've got a really, really nice panel. Let's see here. We're having a Tumblr and a fanfiction panel. We've got Stormy Spectre doing an interview. Let's see here. Who else?
I love that guy.
Yeah, wonderful. And here's the big thing. We have confirmed Double Rainbow.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice.
So I mean, so we got Double Rainbow. We got the guys from the Workout Brony Group. Any other like special guests that you can announce or have plans? Or
Well, I'll let FIReNVY announce some of our big musicians. But as for, let's see here. We actually, for our Tumblr panel, we have Chocolate Pony, as well as our own local Britzy Do, I believe her.
Yeah, Britzy Do.
Britzy Do. She's going to be there. She's going to be helping out as well. But yeah, no.
Chocolate Pony is a local.
Yeah, Chocolate Pony
Yes,
as well.
and a lot of people know him by his mod's name, South Park Taoist. He's done actually a lot of the Equestria Daily, logos. So
okay,
yeah.
excellent. Any sort of like special events that you guys have planned besides the panels?
I have a talent show that's in the works and a masquerade set up, so we'll definitely be able to show off all the amazing Brony cosplays that are out there.
That sounds interesting. I've never heard of like a costume masquerade party.
Yeah,
Well, it's going to be more a bit of a costume contest, a bit of a masquerade, a way for people to really show off their works, because I know there's a lot of people who make some amazing outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be awesome
yeah.
if they could see a stage.
Yeah, and the size of the DC Bronies, I mean, at least every single one of the large meetups I've been to, there's always been one or two people that have amazing cosplays. And pretty much everyone I've ever been to, there's been at least 10 people cosplaying. So there's some pretty amazing cosplayers in DC area. So
We got some pretty talented people, yeah.
oh my gosh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I guess you kind of want to hear about those musical guests, huh?
Yes, yes.
We'd love to hear about those musical guests.
Well, due to the tireless work of my actually VIP guest relations to start off with, and then my musicians relations chair, we were able to confirm Silverhound. We got him a few months ago. We've kind of sitting on that name for a little bit, just a little bit. We also have Forest Rain coming down. Thank you, Starborn. Let's see, can we talk about? Yeah, might as well. Yeah, I mean,
let's talk
we're
about
announcing
it.
it. We're announcing it, right?
Also, you forgot to mention, we also happen to have these two other musicians, FIReNVY and Starborn, but I'm pretty sure they'll be there
I
as well.
dabble.
Who are they?
I dabble. Well, yeah.
We'd love to hear dabbling, so.
Well, I can throw up a link to a few things if you want. But let's see. I guess we can say him. We do have Pony One Kenobi appearing. He's very much a local, and he's very involved with DC Bronies. So he's a blast. So
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, he's doing the whole Beetle Brownies. Are they all going to be there as well too, or is it just him?
That's quite difficult. They have like 20-some members, and half of them aren't anywhere close to the Eastern United States. I think there's one in Germany, 2 in Canada. But unfortunately, as far as I am aware, for now, it's just Pony One. He'll be doing some of his solo work.
Oh boy.
So
I was wondering, is there any media going to be there, like Everfree Radio or any kind of radio?
Well, we have been talking to Everfree quite extensively, but mostly for just advice and just because Mike's an awesome guy. But unfortunately, right now we are not looking at EFR.
I've been talking to DJ Nexus and DJ Pinks from Philadelphia Radio.
Oh.
okay.
Since they're based a lot closer to us.
Very much closer.
Oh.
And I actually had a lot of fun hanging out with them at Candlelight Gardens.
Oh yeah, they're really nice.
Also, is there going to be is anyone going to be live streaming the events then? Or?
We're currently working on that.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're working on the technical aspects of it.
Okay.
AV stuff.
Cool deal.
Awesome.
So even if someone can't make it, I was hoping there's a way that they could still see their favorite panels or at least get some sort of taste of what's going on there.
Oh, absolutely. And I will have to say, my musician relations guy will kill me if I don't mention it. We are having, this. I wouldn't say the standard, but we are having a concert, mostly electronic. But I think the current plan is that we're going to have acoustic part as well. But we're also going to be having a more intimate, a closer, smaller setting. A cafe is the current working title. or work in progress title there.
Yeah,
Or the lounge, yes.
Yes. Cafe would imply that we were giving people coffee, but we're not giving people coffee.
Yeah, definitely not. It's $58 a gallon, and there's just no way.
The last thing we need is 20 Pinkie Pie cosplayers all hyped up on coffee.
Oh, jeez.
No.
So this is going to be like Brony's Unplugged. Is that kind of the atmosphere you're going for?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a few people who said they're interested in doing that. Force Rain and Pony One were interested in doing that as well as the concert. And Coco Neru, which he's also going to be attending, he's also interested in doing that. I'm really, really excited to hear him live. So,
Forrest Rain and I have some pretty nifty plans for the piano in the lobby as well.
Cool deal.
Awesome.
Yes.
So now this is the first year for the Cloudsdale Congress, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Just want to make sure I wasn't so totally out of the loop. I didn't recognize the name. But it's cool that it's like your first time here. Has there been any sort of challenges with doing a startup con? I know we were talking to Big Apple PonyCon last week on BronyTime. It's the first convention for them, but at the same time, they're all sort of like veterans of the con scene. How sort of in-depth with doing cons, I guess, how experienced are you guys? Or is this sort of like a first time for everyone?
We do have some experience, but not necessarily with cons. One of the people that helped us, start out for the first few months before he got promoted to actually a co-chair of BronyCon, Jagu, he helped us out a lot. He's also the main head organizer of the DC Bronies, as well as we have the co-organizers of DC Bronies helping us out a lot. But yeah,
Which I just got promoted to as well.
yeah, well, there you go.
For me.
Yeah, congratulations. But we have some experience in various varying things. Each of us, we made sure that our tech team had a lot of experience, and I think at least the top three guys, they have between the three of them. Good lord! Well, let's ignore the high schooler who's very good at his job but doesn't have as much experience. Our tech team has probably 30 to 40 years of experience. I mean, they're pretty good. Excellent. But I will say, we had to. Because we knew we didn't have the experience, so we worked really hard to make sure we could gather as much help and resources and go for as much experience as we could. By heading out to Candlelight Gardens, me and my tech chair went out and volunteered for Equestria Los Angeles, where he worked as one of the tech leads, and I worked as the personal assistant to the director of logistics. So that, with all this experiences that has been coming in, we're definitely, I would say, compensating for our newness. But we've definitely worked on this for the past few months, pretty hard at getting there. So.
Absolutely. I know it's like being sort of like a startup, and you want to do it right the first time, and leave a good impression. Definitely, first impressions count. So, I think it's really cool, getting one down in the DC area too. So, now as far as I guess content of the con, is it like an all ages show, or is it more? Is there going to be more like adult content, or I don't want to say there's going to be stuff everywhere. It's what I mean.
It's more like an all bronies content.
Yeah.
All
Mode?
bronies.
Your content man.
My. Content man, yes. I think the major push for this convention was we wanted to make wanted this to be a convention for the fan aspect of things. We wanted to give a lot of people a chance to get up there and make a name for themselves. So we have a lot of locals. We have a lot of people who aren't quite local. There's a lot of fan content being put forth, being put for everyone, and we've got a lot of good entertainment. But there's that.
By bronies, for bronies.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And that was our primary mentality. And I know that because I've been reading over all the different applications. We've got people who are bringing everything to the table. We've got musicians. We've got martial artists who want to come in and show off their stuff. We have various people, especially people we've heard from, artists, panels, people who have theoretical understandings of the psychology of My Little Pony. We've got it all. This is incredible.
Oh, that sounds
Is it
awesome.
going to be like a fan? I'm sorry, what were you saying, Norman?
No, that sounds awesome. I wanted to ask, have you been in talks with Hasbro or DHX to bring down anybody to the con?
We have been in talk with Hasbro for quite a while, but there's been a changeover in some of the Hasbro staff. So, most of the conventions, we've been backpedaling. So, awaiting that.
I've heard a little bit about that. Can you give us some details about what some of the hang-ups may be? Or is that something you don't want to go into?
I can
I don't
be
really think it's our thing to say. Yeah, but he can
Yeah,
be brief.
I can be very brief. The original guy who basically was the main contact for every single convention, for pony conventions, he got promoted. So that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So you got someone new in charge who doesn't know everyone and is sort of like waiting out the legit stuff from the like, hey, there's some kids who just want to talk to Tara, I guess is what it comes down to.
But, I guess bronies can be a little overwhelming. Caution is a good thing usually.
Yeah, I mean, it's been something that's been talked about recently in some other convention and some other podcasts as well too. But we just deal with it, It's a business, so we gotta respect it, I guess.
Are we earning any money now?
Yeah,
That'd be
we're
fantastic.
not. That's for sure. But as far as the con, as far as like age appropriateness, is this a family friendly con, or is there going to be some stuff that's going to be like 18 and older or anything like that?
Well, it depends if we give Dark Pony a panel, but that joke aside. Inside joke. But,
Sort of. I've run into
Hashtag
people who know. I've run into people across the country who've actually heard of Dark Pony. He's slowly becoming the internet's meme. You don't want to know if you don't already. But
he's
we
not-
may have to
Well,
share.
now I'm curious. So now,
I'll take your word for it.
He is a beloved member of the community.
He really is. He really is. He just doesn't have a filter.
No, if anything, he's the element of honesty. Let's put it that way.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, that's the
I
polite.
love that guy to death. I love him to death, though.
Considering who I work with, what's that like?
Oh my!
Oh, you have no idea.
Brandon.
Oh, I'm sure I have no idea. But as for adult panels, as it stands, I don't think we have any real, ponies after dark panels set up just yet. I'm pretty sure we're trying to keep things relatively safe for grown-ups and foals alike. So,
Yeah, well, it is an element of the fandom. The percentage is small enough that, and we're small enough that it'd be like catering to 5-6 people. It's not a wise business move, if you will.
let's just say who
I'm
knows?
not so much talking about the clobbers and things like that.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
in a way you could. But I'm just talking about as far as like, for our show, we're uncensored, so that's why it's cool that BronyCon is letting us do a panel that's going to be like, we're going to do an uncensored panel, so it's just like listen to one of our shows so we can say whatever
That's not a word.
we want. But as far
Damn
as,
straight.
yeah, but you wouldn't be able to do that like some other conventions. So that's what I was kind of wondering.
I am sorry to say there will not be a main 6 burlesque show. I don't think
You have to wait for
just
next year. You have to wait for next year. Sorry.
Oh, Brandon, before we forget, going back to kind of what Norman talked about making money, our Kickstarter.
Oh,
Excellent.
Kickstarter is up. It's running. If you go there, there's a very funny video involving me, BFE, our PR and good friend, and Ganny, who's our musics chair. The three of us made a Kickstarter video. A lot of people have told me it's amazing, it's successful, and they're all telling me to say on the recording, I have too much money. So I've become famous for that now. It's wonderful. But
To be fair, he has a mansion.
Oh,
That was a beautiful
thanks for
segue.
sharing that with the world. But no, go check it out. Even if it's just to watch me make a fool of myself, it's worth the time.
cool.
Yeah, and
we
that
gotta
kind of
definitely link
ties
that to
in.
us then.
Yeah, it kind of ties into the special, ticketing you mentioning earlier, about $35. While the tickets are, $35, and they maybe go up in the future, we do have some add-ons at the Kickstarter. If you purchase a ticket and you donate a certain amount, you can get some really cool things. For example, Zeta's dad does a lot of leather work, and we've incorporated that into the Kickstarter. So
I
there's
just
some pretty
tossed
cool
up the link into the Skype.
there you go.
yay!
Definitely have to check that out then. Well, is there anything else you guys want to mention, particularly about the Cloudsdale Congress?
Some of our side projects.
Okay, yeah, what do you got?
Because I'm not smart enough to not just be the convention chair, I also decided to take on this brilliant idea that one of the musicians in DC Bronies came up to me with, Sergeant Whip, who, by the way, is going to be at our convention, so it's pretty cool. He's a really good guy. Not very well known, but the idea was that we could have an album to help those musicians that are just out of reach of the metro, or those that are just, while they may be very good, they don't necessarily have the money required to get here. So I set this album up. It's going to have some the best of the best, especially of those that are going to be attending the convention. And for those that they don't opt out of it, the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds that we get from Bandcamp will be going directly to them for transportation to our convention. So
Awesome.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yes.
And also because I'm not smart enough not to do just that, I also, aligning with our mission and vision of helping out those lesser-known ponies that are just really talented, that have like less than 500 subs but deserve 10,000. We started the Community Spotlight, which can be found on our website under, I think it's on the far right, under Spotlight. We have 2 up there right now. And this basically, just spotlights those really talented bronies out there that just... my rule of thumb is under 1,000 subs. But I think the number 2 guy got 1,000 subs since we posted him. So that's kind of... To be fair, he got EQD'd. So that happens.
Oh.
You didn't EQD'd.
Yeah, but Music of the Day doesn't quite count. And it was twice. Thank you very much.
It doesn't count, but we're counting.
Hey, it's more than me.
I know how you feel. I know how you feel.
Trixie.
We all do.
Show.
Yeah.
I dreamed a dream. That's all I know. So that's all. Okay, screw it. Okay, any other side projects anyone's working on besides my horrible singing?
Well, speaking of horrible singing, I'm planning a series of side viral videos that you should keep an eye out for.
Yes, thank you for mentioning this.
One of which, if I'm allowed to give even a slight demonstration, would be, well, we've got ponies out the wazoo, and we are bringing it to you. I'm Odin. The person here can't say it, so I'm Odin. We're singing here to tell you, CloudCon tickets now on sale. There's a little teaser for what we have planned.
Awesome.
I promise I sound much, much better when I can auto-tune it. Let's face it, Ganny's the real musician of the... Yes. He's the real voice, yes.
Yeah.
But,
He can super speed version of Super Cider Squeezy. Like, he got it done in under 60 seconds.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's unbelievable.
He's incredible with his mouth, I know. It's
Oh, God.
I promised I wouldn't do anything and make it go, that's what she said, but apparently I'm very bad at that.
Very much so.
Cool deal.
But yes, so we have a lot of side projects currently set up. These will be fun, quick, viral videos, especially ways to get a little bit more attention towards our convention. That rhymed. But keep an eye out for them. We'll have a YouTube set up pretty soon, and look forward to it. Because
Actually, the YouTube just got launched yesterday night. Yeah, last night.
Did it? We
As the Kickstarter video. Woo!
Wonderful. But yes, I think that's most of our current projects and side projects and various things. And on top of that, we're also connected and affiliated with the DC Bronies, and they have a series of events coming up as well. But those are lesser side projects. Even though it would be amazing if the entire world came to a certain farewell party, wouldn't it? Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
And there he goes again.
And there he is again.
He'll be back.
Until then, I'm the new FIReNVY. Yes.
After it.
All right. Well, guys, thank you all so much for coming on and talking about I keep getting tongue-tied every time I say Cloudsdale Congress. It's alliteration. It should.
We worked very hard on that name.
All right, cool. Guys, thanks so much for coming on. We're going to go over our panel, so if you guys stick around, you want to join us? Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go to our panel and talk about this week's great episode of Ponies. All right, welcome to the panel. So we have, of course, Alpha, Norman, and FIReNVY here, and we still have FIReNVY, Starborn, Zeta, Mode from Cloudsdale Congress. And we also have Ethen Powell from Halicorn Radio. How's it going, man?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm in between not feeling a thing and feeling everything right now. It's so cold.
It is
so
freezing
cold.
cold. Yeah, you got hit by the storm too, right?
No, it's just naturally cold. I'm in Oregon, right? I've not had any storm because I've been at my computer doing a lot of work for my company. That's all I've been doing.
Okay. Yeah, because we're snowed in. I got like
Lots
6
of
inches of
nuts.
snow outside my place right now, so yay.
Oh boy, is it hot in here.
I'm sitting here with my gloves. So I'm not in my boxers, in case all you were wondering, because that has come up before. So
Only with Tetra.
yeah, it happens. So all right. So Norman, you want to take over and lead us through the facts of the week?
Sure. Anyway, did you guys know that originally the Super Squeezy Cider 6000 was Cider Horse Rules, but the movie portrays abortion, so the title was changed?
Which is hilarious because that's written by M.A. Larson. He's a big classic movie and literary buff, so the fact it's called Cider Horse Rules was awesome. But I do like the new title, Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000, but
it's
I
a
think
tongue
that's
twister,
hilarious, so.
seriously. It's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
It's a sobriety check.
Personally, I prefer the Rainbow Factory parody, the Super Speedy Philly Squeezy 6000.
Oh, God. I kind of wish I didn't know about Rainbow Factory. Nice song, but bad fanfic.
Why?
It's so grim dark.
There's so many things should be left unsaid.
That wasn't one of them.
but
It just got said.
But anyway, did you guys know that Mystery on the Friendship Express is a homage to Murder on the Oriental Express, not Sherlock Holmes?
I knew that, I think.
I had no idea. I'll be honest. I had no idea.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Murder on the Oriental Express, is it a book or is it another movie? I don't remember. Oh, really?
Probably both, knowing us.
We are so literally declined here. It's like...
You know what? I think it's because we don't have enough ponies in it. If Sherlock Holmes has more ponies, I'm in it.
Exactly.
Sherlock Holmes. I'm sure it exists somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Somewhere.
But anyway, last but not least, did you guys know that the May the Best Pet Win was originally titled Tortoise and the Mare, but was changed because it sounded too spoilery?
As if the episode didn't already, spoil it enough.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. It's gotta be the turtle, tortoise, whatever.
Dun dun dun. I love that episode.
Dun
That's
dun dun.
It was a pretty good episode, and the song was great, especially for the first season 2 song.
Yeah. Good way to kick off the season.
Yep.
So, that was last season, and now we're on this season, and we got a new episode, Fresh Pony.
Yay.
Hot and fresh from the oven. Or is that bad?
I don't know where that's going.
Hi, Chihuahua.
It's cupcakes.
Oh,
All right.
I'm okay with that.
No, Rainbow Dash. Okay, let's talk. So, Norman, let us know about this episode.
So first off, we got Spike here collecting books for Twilight, or looking at those 12 books that Twilight needs to read within a week. So Spike got the day off, and he gets to do things that he always wanted to do, which was touch his nose with his tongue, play bongo with his belly, and also smell his feet. He sure has a lot of things
That's
to
a
do.
good day.
I think this is how they view males in this universe.
Tis a
Pretty
good
much, yeah.
day to be Spike.
Oh.
Did anyone else notice, like, from the beginning, the animation in this episode looks, it looks different a lot, doesn't it? I mean, they're getting better, but there's something,
I did see that. Something, it's not bad, but it's definitely almost like a different style. I'm wondering if this is one that was done by the other company.
It could be, but
Yeah.
but I'm thinking there's a reason for it, and I'll get into that when we get into it.
okay.
So anyway,
Sorry,
after
keep going.
intro, we get to see Spike wandering around, and he spots the hot air balloon. And what is up with that?
Get jerked by.
I'm just wondering. I thought Twilight Sparkle owns that hot air balloon.
No, know something. Here's like more like crazy fan theory. There's the scene in the runaway balloon as he's chasing down the street. There's a Pegasus standing there that watches him go by, and it's a light blue one. It's the Derpy like Vector except recolored. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that was Derpy, because remember in last week's episode, or the Wonderbolt Academy one, how they were talking about how Wildfire got recolored to the pink and yellow. If you notice, there was a Pegasus stand next to her that was Derpy's form, except it was also recolored to to be blue and yellow. I'm sorry, pink and purple. It was a recolored Derpy, and I wonder if like they're recoloring her now or whatnot.
Not sure. I need to look at it because I didn't see it.
Go back and check it out, because I picked that up because I'm always on the search for Derpy, and I see discolored Derpies, and I'm like, oh no, don't tell me. So, Derpocalypse revisited. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway,
Everyone afraid yet, or is it just me? Or okay, good.
Oh,
terrified.
Hasbro won't phase her out. She might be phased out from the show, but merchandise, she will be there.
Yeah, where it counts.
Yeah. Anyway,
Derpy Simon. Okay.
it's true. Anyway, Spike chased after Balloon that he kind of fumbled, and well, chases it to the Everfree Forest. And in the Everfree Forest, Spike's got attacked by Timberwolves, and this is the first time that we see Timberwolves in the modern day.
Yeah, you're right.
Can someone explain to me why Spike didn't just breathe fire on them?
Um,
I feel like that would have solved everything
They're
really quickly.
magic. Duh.
Because he's a
Yeah,
baby
they
and
can
he
only-
was scared. He wasn't thinking.
True, but if you guys notice that the Timberwolves are in 3D.
Yeah, their CG.
Yeah, that was. Yes, it was very well done.
Yeah, and you guys mentioned that the show is a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because of this. They wanted to integrate the Timberwolves with the whole show, with them being CG and whatnot.
So do you think they changed the animation style or what tools they were using to make the Timberwolves fit more by making sort of tweaking everything else to make it look more like the Wolves?
It could have been an
No.
upgrade. Better software or more computing power to put it all together. It's kind of reminiscent of when The Simpsons went to I guess a 3D intro. Didn't they change their theme to like flying through Springfield with a different type of animation, almost like the 3D modeling used in Futurama?
Yeah. They did change like a digital way of doing it. But you definitely get that in this episode, like just some of the animations and the way they stretch and squash. It seems to be updated and different than the other episodes. I can't put my finger on it just yet.
It could be
But
that.
I've been saying the animation's been getting better, more in tune and detailed, but it looks even more so in this episode.
True, it could be that. But hey, unless Megan McCartney or somebody else says it, we got no idea.
Yeah. Well, that's Sibsy. I'm sure she'll answer.
Yes. Anyway, moving on. Spike is almost eaten by the Timberwolves, and AJ comes to the rescue by throwing rocks.
I like a boss.
And here's something interesting. Timberwolves don't die, but they fall apart.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah,
It was
and-
cool that they killed him. It was like, oh, that's badass. They totally blew that apart. And you see it reform, and it's like, that's even cooler.
Yeah, I mean, now that for being a kids show, death is something not fun for script writers to do. But this is interesting. They kind of killed the Timberwolf, but they assemble back together again.
It was cool. I like that. It was kind of like those more.
It's like
It was gore.
It was a T-1000.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no, Terminator Wolves. No.
I was about to say that. Terminator wolves. One way you can get rid of them is you throw them in a molten lava.
That will work. But where's the closest molten lava is far away. But anyway, the
So
part.
Applejack saves the day. She saves the fire-breathing dragon from the monsters made of wood. Just so everyone's on the same page. That's it.
Yep, I guess so. So anyway, now that Spike's life has been saved by Applejack. Sorry, am I right? Or I got that wrong?
You're right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Applejack saved him. That's the whole point of the show. She saved his life.
yeah, and well, Spike is indebted to him for life. It's one of those episodes, if you remember.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those episodes.
Yeah, it's a life debt trope.
Yeah, but anyway, here's something that confused me while watching this. Spike can do one thing right.
Yeah, he's like total buffoon klutz. Just can't do anything right. Well, which is funny because he always helps out Twilight and organized and everything like that. But he's just master disaster.
That's quite a change because, like you said, whenever Twilight needs something, she's freaking out. He always knows what to do and where to find it and how to fix things. And here, he's the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, did they just change it just to make the show or what? Because, to me, Spike is kind of able to do anything. Because, think about it. Twilight Sparkle has an OCD where everything needs to be perfect. And if Spike's is like this, I don't think Spike will be living with Twilight anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it makes for a good gag. So I guess it's sort of out of continuity with as far as his character goes. But it makes the show work.
yeah, it could be. Anyway, we get to see them delivering a pie to Rarity. And, oh boy. For a dragon that can cook cookies, he sure don't know what to do with pies.
Baked Bads.
To the return of the.
Baked Bad's pie.
Oh god. He does
I love some
enjoy
of the
them.
reactions that Applejack had during this, where she can't figure out stuff for him to do. It's like, you want to give it to Rarity? It's like, yeah, sure, Rarity. Why not? Those are such great little moments.
I don't know, like
It was a good Applejack episode, I will say that. 'Cause she had some great...
she has her moments. But
There's a lot of character development there. I was pretty happy. Finally.
Which was necessary.
Yeah,
It's just Applejack is so
It'd been too
behind
long.
character development.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, she had some good character stuff at the Apple Family Reunion one. They got to see more of her, like, being her.
True.
But I did like the way this one handled, because it's like... Because the thing I think that's always been hard about Applejack as opposed to the other characters, that she's such a... it's just a wise, mature... Like, she's got her...
That's not a word.
...together as far as some of the other ponies go. You know, so it's kind of hard to, like, put her in a drama situation, because she's always going to be the level-headed, I know how to make this work attitude, which kind of gets rid of the drama, so to speak.
True.
So I think with Spike being such a total klutz and being so attached to her, it puts her in an uncomfortable situation. Someone waiting on her, doing stuff for her, hanging on to her like that, something she's not used to. So I think the sacrifice of the sort of like canonized idea of what we have for Spike was necessary to get Applejack in those situations that would be entertaining.
Yeah, it's true, but I wish they could do something else with it. But anyway, let's move on to the next scene. Rainbow Dash comes in, say, I have a plan. Spike, build me a tower of rocks. How was that?
I kind of missed this part. What was the point of that?
Because she thought he would get tired out.
Yeah,
You won't be able to do it, yeah.
but why a tower of rocks? Like, I know rocks are heavy, but you have to ram into them, and wow, funny, but
Well, it just okay. I'll say this: it just shows how resilient a Pegasus is.
Yes, very, very, very tough, but certainly not a great strategist.
oh
No.
boy.
You could say she was pretty hard-headed.
Oh.
Wackity-doo. All right.
Okay. Anyway, now once
So
Twilight.
Rainbow Dash gets concussed, and then what happens?
Oh boy. Anyway, Applejack goes to Twilight and wanting to get her attention, she just moved a ink bottle. Twilight's OCD kicks in and notices Applejack and says the whole thing like, Spike came to you, said, is it okay if I go live with Applejack and serve her instead of you? And yeah, whatever it is, move on to the
Well, that
next.
happened beforehand, because she didn't notice Spike do anything. She totally ignored it. She was doing her book. But it was Applejack who needed to get her attention. She moved the bottle, and that's what got.
I have to point out that part right there, I'm watching the episode with my wife and my daughter at the time, and that happens. I stop, I look at my wife, and she's cracking up because that is my wife. We have a slight tangent real quick. I got permission to tell the story, but
It's all it's important. Always important.
yes, it is. I thought I better check and make sure it's okay. But years ago, we had a friend come over, and he picked up on how my wife is. So he went through, knowing that she was coming home in a few minutes, and went through and moved like 6-7 things around, just out of place, just very slight. Turned one picture upside down, stuff like that. Wife walks in, puts her coat down, stops dead stride. It goes bam, 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 and fixes all 6 things in sequence. I'm like, yep, there you go.
That is awesome.
Wow.
In sequence. In sequence.
Yes,
So
in sequence.
Exactly when he did it, she did.
Does she like books?
She loves books. She's reading right now, actually.
No. I need to talk to her. We need to.
She is actually warming up to the idea of coming on and doing an episode. We'll see.
Did you hear the
Yay.
episode with my wife? And that's
No, not yet, but she's warming up to the idea. I know I've just totally derailed our episode discussion. I'm sorry, Norman.
No, it's okay, it's okay. If it's about other family members liking the show, it's cool. So
It was
anyway.
worth it. It was worth it.
yeah.
Okay, anyway, moving.
So anyway, back to the episode.
Yes, moving on. Everybody gathers in the barn and forming a plan on how to get Spike to save Applejack's life. Pinky's pipe plan was a bit extreme and involves a
I liked
mustache.
her plan.
I just like the mustache.
Mustache. I loved it. Like because of the commercials, if you were watching the Hub, they used the mustache thing in their commercials.
Yeah, I was waiting for that to come. I was like, yes, it's a mustache episode.
And it's a barbershop mustache.
Oh, yes. Very much so.
And I like how
mustache? No.
that's another great Applejack moment. She just looks so pissed off.
Oh boy. Anyway,
I like how it came back too, like in later when they're actually get everything planned up, and they show Pinkie Pie, cut back to Applejack, and they cut back, and now she has the mustache on, just magically appeared. She's like, no,
and kicks everything away. And to that part of staging the fake Timberwolf, who knew that Rainbow Dash can do a good Timberwolf sound?
that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I was like, what?
I
Yeah,
had to have a job.
What?
yeah.
When I first heard, I was like, oh, there's a real Timberwolf, and then I was like, oh no, she just made that sound. So it kind of, because I think if you were watching, you're thinking, oh, I bet it's a real Timberwolf's going to come on. And then they sort of like had that sort of like, yeah, no, we tricked you, it's fake. And then they actually do it. So I think it was a good bait and switch.
Yeah,
on their
but-
part.
Bear with me.
Anyway,
Brace for this. I do have a theory on that because it was a really, really, really good impersonation. You know how they don't actually fly with those wings? They use magic to bend the air around the wings or something. I've read too many fan fictions now.
okay.
I've read that fanfiction.
Yeah, but yes, maybe she was bending the air around her vocal cords or something. And there's
Yeah.
possibility.
Okay.
So she's an airbender.
Oh,
snap.
Canon.
And Twilight's a waterbender from the other episode, Magic Duel. So we got bending.
Now we need fire.
This is so bendable.
Oh, and Rarity used the bendable straw in the Crystal Empire, so she's a straw bender.
Wow.
Okay, let's try and finish this in one piece. So anyway, after the stage attack and the real Spike spots the fake Timberwolf with the breath and comes out the real Timberwolf.
I love the damsel in distress bit. That was hilarious too.
Yeah,
Oh, Applejack does not know how to be in distress.
yeah,
I think that's where it goes back to like what I was saying earlier. Is like she's not used to this whole someone help me out, and that's kind of her. Like I don't know how to ask for help, or
she
which I guess goes back to
never
Applebug
did.
Season, so.
She never did know how to ask for help. Yeah, but
And then she
anyway,
actually gets stuck.
Continuity.
yeah. But anyway, Applejack saves most of the pony's life. Well, I think Spike mostly by dumping a big rock on it. And well, the next scene you'll see the Timberwolf combining into one giant Timberwolf, which was really cool here. And of course, Applejack got stuck for real.
Super Mega Timberwolf.
Assemble!
Transformer transformation sound.
Any
And
cats to make it?
Or Power Rangers. Or Voltron.
and
It's my childhood.
The Transformers noise.
No.
Hasbro, they have the rights to that. The fact that they did not get that makes me angry now.
Wasted opportunities.
That was
Wasted
amazing.
opportunities.
I think that episode would have been amazing if they just did that. That on it would have been funny.
Yes.
so anyway, let's try and finish this. So all the Timberwolves combine into one big, huge Timberwolf, and well, Spike kind of saved the day. And if you read the comic, that escalated quickly and ended abruptly.
Yeah. I like how they choke it out. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
And it just falls apart.
yeah. It choked to death. That's not funny. It choked to death.
Yeah, it had it coming.
Attica.
Had it coming.
Hardcore season, they're killing all the villains.
Yeah. Sombra gets blown up, and Timberwolf gets crushed, and it's good violence. I'm liking this season. It's awesome.
Anyway, near the end, everybody learns their lesson, and Spike goes off on us, thrown out the window. So, basically that's it. So, what do you guys think? I'll go for Mode. What do you think?
What do I think? I happen to like all the episodes, so it's hard to say what did I like and not like it. Then again, we've had a lot of episodes that have been purely directed towards really kind of pandering to fans, if put it in a very light term. And to see an episode much more directed, primarily for the characters, yes, there's the cute little thing with Pinkie and the mustache, but I think this is much more when it boils down to an episode for Spike. So the TRDL version episode was good.
To read
Okay.
the long.
But But honestly speaking, we didn't get a Spike episode in this season, right? Because there's always been a Spike episode in all of the seasons. Like in season 1, we got that Owlicious episode, and in season 2, we got 2 Spike episodes, and in season 3, I don't think so. We have any Spike episodes yet, unless you want to count the first 2 episodes.
I count this as a Spike episode.
Yeah, those count. Those definitely count.
Some Spike episodes.
Yeah, so I mean,
I think only the second half of the Crystal Empire counts as a Spike episode.
No.
I agree.
It's only a rarity episode. Yes.
No, we don't.
Oh.
We need a Fluttershy episode. Yeah.
Next week, man. Next week. So anyway, FIReNVY. FIReNVY, what do you think about this episode?
It was pretty good. It was one of those episodes that had pretty much most of the main elements. It had the action, it had the humor, it had Pinkie Pie. I was pretty happy. Though I think I'm probably most excited by the fact that Rainbow Dash went from I don't read to I love these books to I write fanfics. Fanfics.
Oh yeah.
Wait, did she say fanfic or did she just say book?
I think she said novel.
Oh.
Novel.
Yeah, she said novel.
Yeah,
Of
it was
course,
a
nobody
novel.
calls them fanfics when they're writing them. They're novels. They're novels.
Novella.
She was writing a fanfic.
So, no, they're fanfics.
Which do you think it was a grimdark? Do you think it was a?
I think it's about lightning dust. Clearly.
It was a ship.
Yeah, there's possibility of shipping.
Oh God, no.
It'll be written. All
So
right.
anyway, Starborn, what do you think about this episode?
I really enjoyed it. Despite that, I watched it on a Kindle because I was out and about in the world doing stuff
Really? No. You watch it
instead of
on.
instead of sitting in front of my computer for once.
Did you see any trees?
Yeah, I did. They were interesting.
Everywhere.
I enjoyed seeing a lot of, the little quirks about the episode. I loved, watching Twilight put her jars back in order after they'd been misplaced. I used to do that to my psychology teacher, and he would put things back where they should go. And so seeing a pony do that.
Let's go over to
that was
Twilight's
great.
house. It sounds like.
The Timberwolves, seeing them in action were interesting, especially since I just started reading Upheaval, and, it kind of ties in with the Woven in my brain.
Awesome.
And then there was just a lot of Applejack, which made me happy.
Yeah, Applejack is best background pony. She needs more screen time.
Or when you're grounded.
Oh, I can feel the hate, man. Your hate, it fills me. Okay, anyway, Zeta, what do you think?
This was one of the episodes where I watched with my mom, and she doesn't really understand too much. I actually love watching episodes with her because she will question me on random stuff throughout the episode, and it'll actually make me think, you know what, you're right about that. And, but I think she actually enjoyed the episode, and I did too. I definitely noticed the animation. I could tell it was a lot different, and they were doing a lot of different techniques. So, animation-wise, I absolutely loved it. Story-wise, I'd give it a B.
Okay, awesome. So, Ethen, what do you think?
What did I think about this episode?
Yes.
I had something in my head. I had something. But since it was a while and I was not paying attention, I was looking at Twitter and everything, I lost track of what was going on the podcast. Oops.
Thanks for sticking with us. It's been good.
I'm on the sideline.
This is the episode where Spike starts following around Applejack. And
I like the episode, even though a lot of other people could have dissing it. The only thing I have to say, where's the letter to Celestia? This is the perfect time for a letter to Celestia. What happened?
She was.
I think this would have been a perfect.
Celestia was busy on that book report from Twilight.
yeah, she's going to get herself a report.
Yeah. Anyway, 5, what do you think about the episode?
I enjoyed it. Thought it was a lot of fun. It was like as has been said, it was good. A good character building for AJ. Good, another Spike episode. And of course, I love that one scene with the inkwells.
I love it too. It was so funny. And Alpha?
I liked it. It was a pretty kick-ass episode. I give it 4 busted Timberwolves out of 5. So
Okay then. So I usually like to end the discussion with ratings for the episode. So I'll just go for mode. What would you give it out of 5?
Out of 5, well, I'll give it a 3.
A 3. Oh, okay. So Envy.
I'd actually give it a 4.
Oh, awesome. Starborn.
Can you really give a pony episode less than a 5? Is that a thing?
oh,
Mare Duel.
Actually, I think it's pronounced Tucci.
So, like, on the scale of, like, normal television shows, it's definitely a 5. On a scale, strictly consisting of My Little Pony episodes, I'll give it a solid 4.
Okay. Zeta.
Like, I got to see
Sorry?
Rarity getting tortured, for one. That was awesome.
How? When? When she was eating the pie?
Yeah. It was awesome.
Oh, you.
And I would just like to back that up by saying I do not hate Rarity. I just love her the least.
Oh, that's mean.
I love all my children, but I love you less.
Exactly.
It's like a burn. It's like it hurts deep in the core.
Okay. Zeta, what do you give it?
I'd give it a 3.5.
Oh, 3.5. That's the first 3.5 out of here. Oh, why?
Decimals.
Why? Because it's not. I don't think it deserves a halfway with a 3, and I don't think it quite deserves a 4. So it's a 3.5.
Oh, okay. Ethan?
Fuck you all. I give it a 6.2.
Why so high?
Because the episode was not that bad. I love the changes in it. They're trying something new. It's not bad, in my opinion.
Oh, okay, but the 6.2, that's overboard. I mean, that's a Derpy Speaks Again type of deal.
Wait, was it out of 10 or out of 5?
5.
Oh!
5, like
explains
5
a little
iron.
bit.
I thought it was out of 10. I'm saying again, I'm not paying attention that much. Sorry.
So I'm guessing it's a 4.5 then.
Out of 5, I'll get a 4.8.
Okie dokie dokie.
ugh.
5?
I'm still trying to recover from Tucci. I had to mute myself for a minute there. No, I liked it. I'm going to give it a 4. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to watch it again later on with the kid, and it was good. It was very good.
Okay, cool. And Alpha gave it a 4, and I'm going to give it a 4 busted Timberwolves out of 5. Because, I don't know, this episode, I can see where they're going, and future plans if they were going to do a movie. That's awesome.
Don't tease me.
I ain't teasing you. I'm just telling you what I heard.
That's the definition of teasing.
Heyo. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. And Alpha, what is it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much everything. Unless anyone else had someone they wanted to talk about or mention or anything.
One thing I need to mention, Cloudsdale Congress is looking for volunteers. Security, line management, registration, and gophers. We need them. We need them all. So volunteer stuff should be on the website, hopefully soon. If not, I think we could. Can we just toss up my volunteer email in the description?
Yeah, we'll add it on our on the website with the show. So.
All right. Yeah.
So, I want to thank you for being on the show. Definitely the DC area, if you want to travel to the DC area, definitely check out Cloudsdale Congress. You'll be able to catch their information on their website. You'll be able to catch our version of the show, the BronyTime, at BronyTime.com. We're also on iTunes and Stitcher as well. And if you have any questions for me, you can email me at alpha_brony at BronyTime.com. You can also email 5iron at 5ironbrony@BronyTime.com. We are accepting invitations for our panel and also looking for guests. So if there's someone you'd like to see on the show or if you'd like to be on the show yourself, please email us your questions, comments, concerns, delusions, grandeur, whatever, at questions@bronytime.com. You can also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is at alpha_brony. 5iron is at 5ironbrony. We want to thank all our listeners. We're in 40 countries now and a lot of downloads too. So
Awesome.
we have 13 5-star reviews online, so please give us a 5-star review. We really appreciate it. We're also accepting donations. Every $5 donation will get you a My Little Pony calendar or a blind bag or a gift card or a training card set. We'll get you something for your show of support and love because we love and support you guys as well. If you want to get some free stuff, here's your chance. 5iron. did we have a winner for the trivia question from last week?
No one took up the challenge, so I'm going to issue a new one now, which is this. What type of plant did the CMCs originally have picked out for their float design in One Bad Apple? The first correct email that I receive at 5ironbrony@BronyTime.com will win 1 pack of sealed MLP collector cards. I don't know what's in the pack. It is still sealed, but if you send me the correct answer, I will mail it out to you, and I'm sorry to say, if you're on the show, you don't get to participate. So, I could feel it.
You should know what it is. If you're a Brony, you should know what it is.
And show flip table.
Also, we do have an art challenge for this week. I'm still keeping ours open, so if you want to design a banner for our website, just email those over. The best one will get posted on our website as the banner image. Plus, you will also get I'm going to get you a blind bag. So that'll be a good gift. I think so. So send that over, and the best one wins.
Awesome.
And may the best banner win. Okay. Norman, you want to plug for your show?
Yeah, sure. Since you were going to end, I'll end my show too. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, or suggestions for the show, you can contact us at the mbsshow@gmail.com. Or if you just want to send me hate mail because I say Applejack is best background phony, do that over there too. And you can reach the show on Twitter. The show is at the MBS Show, and I'm at Norman Sanzo, and Dan is at Sid Pinky. That's STPINKIE. Please subscribe and rate us on iTunes, and also like our Facebook page. Links, I think, will be provided in the show notes for BronyTime, but for our show, it's going to be there.
Yeah, just add to the doc. We'll put it in.
Yay!
Yeah.
So anyway,
also,
that's it.
I forgot for my art challenge, the banner has to be 940 by 198 pixel. 940 by 198. So I should probably put that in there for all you art. Okay, go ahead, Norman. I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's cool. I've ended there.
Okay, Ethen, anything you would like to plug?
All right. Drakehill Network LLC is a company I run, and my company helps artists that cannot attend conventions, that can go through the table with themselves, or cannot normally afford it. It's a cheaper alternative if you cannot attend a convention yourself as a dealer. I am open for any messages. There's a contact us system up. It will send me an email, or you can send an email at admin.drakehill.com, or you can go to the site drakehill.com to get more information about the service. Now, if you have any concerns, comments, complaints, anything, you can send it to admin.drakehill, and I will receive it. I also get it on my PlayStation Vita. I play it anytime I go anywhere with internet access. I will access it to make sure I can reply to you.
Cool deal. And guys of Cloudsdale Congress, anything else you guys want to plug for yourselves?
Come to our convention.
Sounds good.
We will
Do
have
it
ponies.
now.
I hear that's good. Cool deal. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Both shows, actually. So you did 2 podcasts in one evening at one time.
Yay.
I think it'll turn out pretty good. Don't you guys?
I got no idea. All I'm going to say is that We Love Fine t-shirt I bought of Derpy saying I just don't know what went wrong might come in handy soon.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being on, and let you know that you're always welcome to come back anytime. If there's any updates you want to do for the podcast, or if you guys would just like to join on for a crazy panel discussion, you're always welcome on our show, and you're always welcome on the MBS show as well. Is that right?
Yep.
Cool.
And
So
you're
everyone,
also welcome on Holocron Radio as well.
yeah, he's got a podcast too. So
Oh, was that
Yes, I do. Ethan Powell has a podcast.
fantastic?
Hardly mentioned. I feel so unhappy.
Rebecca
No one loves
Starborn has an everything.
Yes.
Except the podcast.
awesome.
I think I have
Like I was-
your link here, Starborn. Let me just double check what you have.
Yeah, you can Google me. There's 10 pages of crap.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I googled her before, seriously.
It's cold on the internet tonight.
I Googled you at night.
That's fine. You can Google me and clap to my model mayhem or something.
Oh, my face.
It went there.
Challenge accepted, anyone?
No.
Here, I thought I was the one who said things that could be misconstrued. Wow.
I don't
very
think
good vote
misconstrued
tonight.
that. I think that's very construed.
It's pretty straightforward.
And that's us. We're going to sign off, guys. Thank you for being on, and everybody, Pony on.
Pony on.
Pony on.
See ya.
Pony on!
Sit back and smile, not worth the fight. Just remember that's all alright. Music's.com, it's cold like night. Sun has set, let's bring it back to life. I'm gonna put my hopes up high. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. I'll grab the world before it passes by. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. I'm gonna put my hopes up high. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. I'll grab the world before it passes by. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. Sit back and smile, not worth the fight. Just remember that's all alright. Music's.com, it's cold like night. Sun has set, let's bring it back to life. I'm gonna put my hopes up high. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. I'll grab the world before it passes by. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. I'm gonna put my hopes up high. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. I'll grab the world before it passes by. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. I'm gonna put my hooves up high. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. I'll grab the world before it passes by. Don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause I'm here tonight. Here we go again. Here we go again.
We learned more about, dragons.
He's here! I'm sorry.
Oh,
Lord, have mercy. Find your butt.
Well, now I've lost my train of thought, so I couldn't find it. I was like,
oh, episode ruined. Flip table.
God, let me note the time on that.
Alright, let's put this train back on the tracks.
oh, excuse me.
Good Lord.
Sorry.
If
Did I
this
scare
will do that
people?
I may have to go change myself into this. And cut. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Oh,
3, 2.
So the TRDL version episode was good.
To read
Okay.
the long.
I hope you enjoyed the crossover episode with BronyTime because they're really great. You should listen to them on BronyTime.com. And as an added bonus for you guys that keep on listening, here's another blooper. and you're gonna like it. So, from everyone here on MBS Show, we wish you a happy 2013. Hope to see you again in the future. See ya! But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. And, Alpha, where is it? Alpha? Is he still sneezing?
Alpha's not paying attention?
No, can you hear me now?
Are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I found my mute button.
Congratulations.
Oh boy.
Timing!
Here's
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
Star.
I'm dying over here.